This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, welcome everyone. We are at 473 West Verret in Elmhurst in a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Okay, so this is the street. That's the neighborhood for those of you who have not been here. And this is the property. So right behind me, this is the property. We ended up doing the landscaping about 2 days ago. So we did the mulch and then we cleaned all around the property. Now, one of the questions that we have for you guys is, you see that wood? Some people were thinking about or recommending white. So I'm not sure about your thinking. Should we paint that wood white? And that goes all around the property, you know, on the side and the back. Okay, so right there. So a potential listing agent was recommending to do it white. So we'll just get your opinion in just a second. So let's walk the property. Let's go inside. Okay, so this is the property, guys. So this is the living room. So last time we came, it was just the flooring. And we ended up doing an island right here. Backsplash, appliances. And this is a custom-made kitchen, countertops. It looks beautiful. Beautiful. I think they did a great job. So I think we came about a week ago or less, and it was not complete. So this is the complete product. In the outside, they are still going to do some painting and touch-ups, especially in the garage, and we're still waiting for the windows. So this is one of the bedrooms. So it's all complete, all finished. So we use this floor throughout in every single rehab. It's from Home Depot, $2 a square foot, and it's lifetime waterproof. Okay, so you always need to update light fixtures. Okay, smoke detectors. You always need to change outlets. So now let's walk to the second bedroom right here. So second bedroom. So we have, okay, light fixtures, and we're gonna install the closets, the rod. Okay, so that's coming today. Now here, there used to be no wall. Okay, so this used to be a humongous bedroom. So it used to be a 2-bedroom, so we made it into a 3-bedroom. This is the hallway closet. Now this is part of the stairs, so there's nothing we can do about these. This is taking up storage space, but it's part of the stairs going down to the walk-in basement. This is the bathroom, okay? And we, again, do these on every single rehab. So this is like a cookie cutter, right? So the same tile, shower set, bathtub, and vanity. You always remember, need to do GFCI outlets on every single rehab. So if I do the light, you know, we try to go with something modern that matches not only the color, but also the vanity, the faucets, okay? So don't forget, you always need a fan to keep the humidity out. So this is the last bedroom. Okay, light fixtures, and again, we're doing the closets right here. So we're gonna be listing the property next week. We're gonna put it on the market. So as you can see, we're gonna go out in the garage. We did a lot of work in the garage. So the outside garage, so we'll just take a walk. Okay, so let me turn off the light and let's walk downstairs. So this is a split level home. And again, remember, you need to put the money in the kitchen and the bathrooms. And something really nice about the kitchen is that you have a skylight, okay? And then here we have the island. So the trending design is to have open space. So you want to have as much clear open space as possible. So now we're gonna walk downstairs. Okay. Oh, awesome. So here we have the other half bathroom, and the mechanicals are behind that door. Okay, so here we have the walking basement, and we walk towards the washer and dryer. So we're doing the this is gonna be the laundry. So mine last finishes on connecting the sink. So this is brand new. And also we're gonna connect this vent for the dryer. So that needs to be somehow hidden so you don't see that. Okay, so we can go in the outside. We still need to change a couple of outlets right there. In fact, we can go out this door. Let's go out this door. Okay, so now the garage, as you can see, looks almost brand new. So we painted the garage, and we need to do a couple of coats. So again, that's the question, right? Should that be painted white or leave? We could have it done by tomorrow, so that needs about 3 coats, 1 of primer and then 2 of paint. So this is the garage. It's a pretty big garage. It's a 2.5 car garage. Oh, it's locked. They just locked it. Okay, yeah, it still needs more coats, a couple of more coats of paint. We're just gonna walk through the back, and then it's got a couple of sheds. So plenty of storage. Okay, we should be completing these by tomorrow Monday, all the paint. Most likely we may do for sure the back, but the question is, are we gonna do all around the white over there? So that's a shed, so tons of storage space. Are there any questions? We're gonna clean that up. So just some minor cleanup. And then as soon as we get the windows, and boom, it's ready to put it on the market. Are there any questions, guys?
Where are the downspouts? I don't see any downspouts. Oh, there.
Oh yeah, here. So we have a downspout right there, and then on the other side there's another downspout. So would you guys recommend to paint that wood white?
I would.
What would you say? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we'll make it happen. 1,600 to do all around. It's gonna be done by tomorrow, and then we're gonna complete painting the garage, and we should be done. We should list this property next week. Okay, we want to complete the project as soon as possible. Now, as far as the budget, we originally estimated about 55, 60,000. It's going to be 75,000. So we are obviously way over budget by at least I would say 20,000 in the rehab. So we have bigger expenses, especially in the outside, right? That we were not anticipating, and obviously the inside. So when the neighborhood is an A+ neighborhood, you really need to do everything top notch. If you want to command top dollars, it has to be everything like almost perfect. Okay, so every single detail counts. So we're pretty much redoing everything, sort of like a go rehab, if you want to think about it.
So Hugo, how long did it take from buying the property to like this stage? What was the time frame?
So we started the rehab February 1st. So today is the 14th. So it took exactly 6 weeks. But as you can see, the guys just left. So we work 7 days, okay? And they're going to come back. So they just left to grab some lunch while we do the event, and then they're going to come back because this all needs to be finished by tomorrow, okay? So 6 weeks, got rehab, brand new bathrooms, kitchen, flooring, paint. We're going to put the new windows, trim, everything. And the garage also, we did a lot of work in the garage, in the outside, a lot of cleanup. We had like 4 dumpsters. There was so much junk. So it's pretty much ready. 6 weeks, yep. So when oftentimes I get quotes from other rehabbers and they say, yeah, it's going to take 2-3 months, I almost get a heart attack, right? So like a typical house, you should be able to do it in 6 to 8 weeks max when you're doing like pretty much everything, okay? It shouldn't take more than that. If it's taking longer than that, I think that's an issue, right? So contractors taking longer, you really need to make sure that you're working with people who can do the job on time, on their budget. So yeah, here labor-wise, it's pretty much 50-50, about 35,000 labor, 35 to 40,000 materials, okay? Because again, we're doing quartz in the kitchen. We did an island, all new kitchen cabinets, brand new bathrooms. So we'll do, for those of you who just joined, we're gonna do another walkthrough of the house, of the inside.
What's the asking price on that?
So the price is going to be, I'm gonna defer this to Lisa and John. They're our partners on this deal. So the question is, what's gonna be the asking price?
So we met with an agent specialized in the area, and after walking it and taking pictures, she also provided some comps, and we're going to start at around 425. That's the goal, to start around 425.
425,
Yeah.
and then purchase price is 220. The
Oh, I'm
retail.
sorry, I thought you were asking about that.
No. Yeah, asking
Okay,
price. Yeah,
okay.
425. Purchase price 220, and then the rehab is going to hit at least 75. My original estimate was about 55 to 60. It's gone way over that. So we are about 15,000 over budget. Did you guys see the truck that came in? So that's another contractor. So the key, guys, to complete rehabs is to work 7 days a week. And that's the key, right? So it's been 6 weeks since we started the project. And then the people that we work with are extremely motivated to get paid. So they do great work, but you know, the minute they finish, they want to get paid. I don't see anything wrong with it. You always want to pay them on time. But in exchange, you know, they complete the project fast, because that's what we need, right? We even want them to put as many people as possible in the project to finish it ASAP. And they come back, we do quality assurance. So like John, Lisa came last week and they did quality assurance in the project. So anything that they see that is not up to code or quality, then it needs to be redone. So we just send them pictures, they come back, they redo, they fix. ASAP, right? Because we need to deliver a high quality product.
Did you use a GC?
What's the question?
Did you use a GC or did it all yourself with the contract?
So great question. So we always have a GC that is in charge of everything, right? So he's going to run with the project. He's going to hire the plumbers, electricians. We know people he hires. Painters. So this is the bathroom, half bath. So yeah, absolutely, so critical to work with a GC. Okay, super important, because then, I mean, we are investors, right? So we're not GCs. Well, except Roy, Stan, Angel, they're officially GCs. We're not, we're investors, okay? So we don't want to babysit contractors because then that'll be such a, difficult task to take on. So we just want to give them a project and they can run with it.
So
Independent.
what dollar size rehab would you use a GC for as opposed to doing it yourself?
So if you do it yourself, you need to piece all the pieces of the puzzle together. So you need to get your own plumbers, electricians, making sure you're buying materials on time. So the savings are not worth it. So a typical fee for a GC is going to be like 10%, 10 to 12% of the project. So if the rehab is 50,000, the GC is going to charge maybe anywhere between 5 to 10,000. Well, guess what? If you take on that job and you don't have experience, the time, or the resources, guess what? Your project is not going to take 6 weeks. It's going to take 2-3 months, and that's a big problem, right? For not only carrying costs, but the time that you need to put the property on the market. Right now, yeah.
I understand that. My question was, if it's a $20,000 or $25,000 rehab, which is, light, would you still get a GC involved?
Yeah, we do. Like right now, we're gonna have like 4 or 5 flips. This is the second one. We have 4 more lined up. We're gonna have a GC so that he can manage the entire project or projects. Okay, so yeah, we definitely need to have somebody that is on top of the logistics, right? Because timeframes are so critical when you bring people to the site, when you buy materials. And the strategy that we use is we send the GC ahead of time before even we close on the property. The day we close on the property, he's buying materials, okay? He's pulling permits, he's getting the dumpster, he's starting the demo. He's lining up the resources. So like we closed on 3 properties on Friday. Guess what? We're starting the work on all 3 tomorrow. I mean, it's that aggressive. We're starting the utilities first thing in the morning, Monday, okay? So we'll have gas, electric, water, hopefully. Jessica's gonna help us with water in Markham. But yeah, we're starting the rehab Monday. We closed on them on Friday. So that's the key, right? There's no waste of time because time is very valuable when you are doing rehabs, putting properties on the market, and saving time. I mean,
is there still a lead time for cabinets now?
What about the cabinets, Gary?
Is there still a lead time? Last time you said it was 4 to 6 weeks order time, because of the supply chain.
Oh yeah, so for the kitchen cabinets, there's no delay. We can get them in about a week, or I would say max 10 days. Okay? The countertop, this is quartz. We can get it in like 3 days. But the windows, we're getting new windows. There's a big delay in windows. So we're looking at 4, 6 to up to 8 weeks in the windows. So that's the only thing that gets delayed. Although, guys, I found a resource that he claims he can get us the windows in about 2-3 weeks. So if you guys need windows, please let me know because I'm so eager to try this new resource. Okay, so if you need windows, again, let me know. I'm gonna share that resource with you guys. We haven't tried them yet, but we're eager to find out, their time frame. I mean, they say 2 weeks for windows. That's mind blowing. So yeah, the objective is to complete the project tomorrow, and then we should be listing the property this week. We already talked to the listing agent. So let me tell you about listing the property. I'm a managing broker, right? We have 3-4 brokers. Some of you have joined our brokerage. However, it's not about saving money and us putting the property in the MLS. we identified the top 3 brokers in Elmhurst. And guess what? The top 3 brokers happen to work for the same office, Redfin. So they're going to charge 4% commission. What's the savings if we were to list the property? Only 1.5%, right? So it's nothing. Yet we get to work with the top broker or listing agent in the neighborhood. Okay, they dominate this entire neighborhood, Elmhurst. So I think it's totally worth it. We love to work with the top key players, from brokers, contractors, because it's a complex transaction, right? So you really need to make sure that you engage top key players to make it a successful project, okay? From A through Z. Great questions. Are there any other questions?
Hugo, what happened to the appliances that were there?
Oh, you mean these? Oh, the old appliances? Gone, garbage. Actually, not garbage. They recycle the appliances. So Home Depot holds away the old ones, and they recycle the appliances. Yeah.
Can you show the flooring a little bit more? I want to see the flooring in
Absolutely.
the kitchen.
Okay, so this is lifetime waterproof warranty, $2 a square foot. It's called engineered flooring. So this is very, very durable, and it gives it a really modern look.
So Hugo, is that flooring like all over, like in the bathrooms, the bedroom, basement?
Everywhere. So let me show you. Everywhere. So if I go up, same flooring. Obviously, except the bathroom. In the bathroom, we use tile.
Okay.
But other than that, it's everywhere. So it gives continuity to the property, right? So the property needs to flow. So the flow of the property is very important. So you have to use the same floor.
Hugo, what do your final numbers look like? Are you going to make a profit on this project? Did you have any cost overruns? If so, what were they? And how do they impact your overall profitability of this property?
Okay, say that again. What's the question, Ryan?
I said, how do your final numbers look? What did you have any overruns, price overruns, cost overruns, any change orders? If so, how does that impact your bottom line?
Absolutely. I personally estimated 55 to 60,000. It's going to be 75. So we are going to be at least 15,000 overrun, over budget. So that's going to have an impact in the bottom line of the net profit for sure. Okay. But again, that's something that you always need to have a cushion for overruns, right? About 10%. In this case, it's way over than that. It's going to be more like 15% overrun. But obviously, it's going to tap into the net profit. But we want to provide and create a beautiful final product that the neighborhood requires. It's an A+ neighborhood, Elmhurst. So again, the numbers, we're going to list it for start at 425. Okay. So only we are right now between the purchase price 220 plus the rehab 300,000. Only 300,000, and we're going to sell it for or put it on the market for 425. And we're going to list it with the top broker in Elmhurst. I mean the top producer in Elmhurst. Okay. So yeah, great questions. There's always going to be overruns, always. So please make sure that you account anywhere between 5 to 10,000 for overruns. So a typical rehab of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath is going to hit 40, 50,000. Have a cushion of 5 to 10,000. Okay, always have a cushion.
So what took you over budget?
So what's the question, Ryan, again?
What took you over budget? What item? What line item? Was it a discovery or was it a line item that you thought was lower? What was the reason for going over budget?
The reason for going over budget was primarily the outside and the garage. Okay, so there were many things that we needed to address structural wise in the garage. And then just to give the property a curb appeal, it's going to be at least 5,000. You think the landscaping, painting the outside, I mean, all around the wood, we're going to paint it white, painting the garage. So to give it a fresh look, it's going to be at least 5,000. So that's at least 30–40% of the overall on the outside. Outside, in the inside, I would say just the materials. Materials were $36,000 just for materials, and then labor another 35. Yeah. So materials, we were thinking about 25, but it's going to be 35,000. Okay, because again, with the materials, we're picking not the cheapest, not the middle, but about the middle. Not the most expensive, but above average. You know, the light fixtures, the backsplash, everything that we pick for the GCP is a little bit better than the average.
So your equity partners and your guarantor, will they make their money back plus a profit, or will they just break even?
Okay, so in this case, Sixto, who is on the line, he is the guarantor. He got the loan for the purchase and the rehab. And then Lisa and John, that you saw up above earlier, they brought the reserves. So they brought the cash to purchase the property, meaning the 10%. So to close on the property, we have to bring 30,000 to the closing. And to start the rehab, they have paid right now about 35,000 cash. I personally bought the material. So right now I have spent 25,000 out of pocket in material. But we already started the final draw on it to get reimbursed for it. And then when we close, we're going to split 40% profit goes to Sixto and Irma, 30% of the profit goes to John and Lisa, and then 30% goes to Chicago Deal.
So then all partners will, whatever finances that they put into the property, for instance, Lisa and you said John, they put up 30,000 to close on the property plus another 35,000 to start the reserves. So that's 65,000. So will they make their $65,000 back plus a profit, or?
Correct, exactly. They're going to get paid. They're going to get paid what they invested plus 30% on the profit. Absolutely. Yeah.
Very good.
So everyone is going to get reimbursed plus a percentage of the profit. Yeah. So the key is to do JVs. I think it's extremely powerful because even if, let's say, Sixto, right? Sixto, he has reserves, he's got credit, he's got experience. He could do the job himself, but he chooses to work with other people, and that's extremely powerful, right? Because then by doing that, he can engage and do more deals. So he doesn't need to spend reserves. We don't need to spend reserves, right? So by getting multiple people into the deal, it's just a win-win for everyone. You're going to make less on a percentage of the profit, but it's totally worth it because you leverage from other people's time, other people's money. So it's extremely powerful, and you can do multiple deals simultaneously. So like we're going to start 3 more flips, right, next week. And to be able to do that, we have JVs on every single one. Okay, so we have at least 1 capital partner, if not 2. So that's how we can afford to do multiple deals. So it's better, as I've said in the past, to make 25% of something than 100% of nothing, right? So that's why, you know, my objective is for all of you to work together closely, to come to these live events, because we have a lot of people upstairs and they're networking right now, right? That's so you can strike partnerships. Last time that we came to this property, Christine was here, and then we struck a JV agreement right here, like within 5 minutes. We said, okay, let's do it. Let's flip Marshfield in Lansing that we bought on Friday. and boom, she's going to pay for the purchase and the rehab. We're going to do the rehab, run with the project, and then we split the profit. So yeah, it's super important, guys, to do joint ventures to minimize the risk, maximize the return. That's critical. You've got to minimize and minimize risk at all possible costs. Okay, it's super important. And you have to reserve your reserves. And to do that, you've got to do capital partners and do JVs.
Yeah. Hugo, one of the things that has helped me by doing this is that while all this is going on, I've been able to work on some other projects, on some other deals that I'm trying to get together, and I'm also been able to do some of my real estate too. So that's what I like about having done this deal this way.
Exactly. And like, for instance, Sixto doesn't need to come, right? He's there, and then we're meeting the listing agent. We're doing all this work. So working together is extremely powerful. Even though Sixto could do the project himself, he chooses not to because he's going to minimize his risk, maximize his return. So that is right, guys. On every single flip moving forward that we start, I'm going to open that opportunity for every single one of you to be part of it, either as a passive investor or a capital investor. Okay. So my job is to bring the deal, and not only that, but I will also have the deal funded. That's going to be critical. Every single deal that makes sense, I'll have the funding for it, and not from our pocket, but from our capital partners. And you can also be part of it, right? Just like Liz and John, they wanted to be part of a deal. Boom, they can bring reserves, and they're going to get compensated for it as part of the profit split. Are there any other questions?
I don't have a question about that project right now, but I do have a concern, and maybe you could help me out with. When you do multiple deals and you're getting financed by short-term lenders, every short-term lender pulls your credit. So you may start out with high sevens or somewhere in the sevens, and then by the time you do 4 or 5 deals, everybody's pulling your credit in a small amount of time. So is there a way to consolidate all of that so as not to unduly lower your credit score because of all?
Great question, Roy. So these 5 deals that we have going on, we're not using Harmony lenders. It's all private money. So we've been paying cash for all these properties. But we could do a combination. We're going to start to bring some Harmony lenders as well to the table. The reason why I personally love private money lenders is because you get the money up front for both the purchase and the rehab. So you have zero money out of pocket. Even if we give away equity partnership, it's okay, right? It's okay. So they get 40, 50%, just like Sixto, right? It's okay. You give up equity, but in exchange, you're preserving your reserve, your liquid assets or cash. Whereas if you use a Harmony lender, you're going to need to bring down a hefty, maybe at least 10, 15% down payment, plus you need to start the rehab yourself with your own funds. Whereas if you use a private money lender, you don't have to put any money out of pocket. So like Christine, right? She's upstairs. We're going to do Markham, the Marshfield property. She's putting the money for the purchase, and she's putting the money for the rehab. So we bought it for 65, and then we allocated 34,000 for the rehab. I think it's going to be way less than that. I think we're going to be somewhere in the 20, 25,000, and the property sale is going to be somewhere in the 130. So I could have used the Harmony lender, right? But still, you need to go through the logistics and process with them. Whereas with a private money lender or a capital partner that you give equity to, it's a lot faster, right? We could close in 2 weeks. I mean, we move very, very fast. So that's how you can do multiple deals. So if the numbers make sense, there are plenty of investors that we know of who are willing to bring capital to the deal. The key is that have a great deal. So that's why right now we're making a lot of offers. Like yesterday, we made a couple of offers on deals that we identified, and they need to be cash offers to be able to remain competitive. So if we get them on the contract and we're paying 50, 60 cents on the dollar, believe me, they're going to be over the moon to be part of it. Anybody wants to get a piece of the pie if the numbers make sense. Great questions, Roy. But you know, I love hard money lenders because they can support your growth. They have tons of money, deep pockets, whereas a private money lender will not support your growth. They may have money today, but tomorrow they may not have any money. They might have lent out their funds. So it's a good idea to use a combination, hard money lenders and private money lenders. But right
Yeah,
now, yeah,
also the hard money lender, for example, in this case, Kiavi, well, they ran the credit back when they gave the line. So then if they have to run credit again, they only run it like maybe every 6 months or something. Yeah. Now in this case, so they can do multiple 3, 4, 5, 6 places at one time, but then their concern then would run into reserves at that point. And they'll want to make sure that you're able to support the payments. But as far as running credit, which I think was part of Roy's question, you wouldn't have to worry about that because you're just with that one lender.
correct. Great point. Thank you, Sixto. Yeah, and then, you know, when you use a capital partner that you give off equity, you don't need to worry about making payments on the money, right? It's free money, right? No interest, no points. But obviously you have to perform. You've got to finish the project fast, successfully, so everyone makes money. So it's best to make less money, but maximize your return.
So Hugo, here's my next dilemma. I got a project that I have acquired by family transfer. It's going to be quick deeded to me. There's no mortgage on the property. The property is worth $245,000.
Okay.
That's the ARV. It does have some debt on the property, but it's less than 50,000 between water bill and taxes. So I'm getting the property for about $50,000. It's worth approximately $250,000. I estimate it needs about $100,000 worth of work.
Yeah.
It's a big job. It's a big rehab, right? But
Yeah.
it's a very profitable rehab. So I already got a couple deals under contract right now, which is, to pull on my reserves. But this is a project that certainly is a winner. So what I will be looking for this property is maybe equity partnership and also private funds, because again, my problem is that every time I look for financing from a short money lender, I'm getting a hit on my credit. And so I started out in the 700s, but then now I'm in the upper six because
Yeah.
I did about maybe 3 or 4 transactions within the last I guess you'd say the last 90 days. So I can see that it's really negatively affected me. So I think do you have a pool of private lenders that I can pull from in order to get this job off the ground? Because
So
again,
the way it
it's a winner.
works, yeah, the way it works is we're sort of like the gateway, the firewall, right? So our partners, they said, Hugo, bring the deal, make sure that you vet, and that makes sense. So we know how to present the deal to get it funded. That's the secret, right? Because they want to make sure that we are sort of like the guarantors on the deal that is going to be successful. So that's the key. That's the key. Because they obviously want to have their money secure. They don't want to lend out money and then not have security that the project is going to be successful.
Of course.
So that's the biggest challenge with private money lenders: trust. Um, but yeah, if you have a great deal, let's get together. Let's make it work, and then let's put the missing pieces that you need.
Okay, so with that being said, then I forwarded the basic information to you, to which you've
Yeah.
done CMA for me already. That's
Perfect.
the project I'm referring to. So
Okay, perfect. So let's get together. Let's go over the details. Let's see what the best approach is for that. Like Michelle, no, Kelly, yeah, she got another property on the contract in Palatine, a big project. I mean, it's a big house. It's not a huge project, so it's got a lot of potential. So I'll get together with Kelly just to go over, like the best funding strategy for it. The key is, again, to minimize the risk. And to be able to do that, you've got to do a joint venture with the right people. That's it.
exactly, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. So we should all, that's what the deal makers is all about. We should all be doing deals together as a group. Okay. So yeah.
That's what I would call a bird nest on the ground. So I'm just looking for equity partners instead of going at it alone. I want to try to go at it with a group.
You
And then
should never go on deals alone. Even think about this, like myself, this last property that we got on the contract in Calumet City, we could do it ourselves. I choose not to. I want to bring somebody else. I want to bring a partner just to minimize the risk. I'm going to get less of a profit, but I can do multiple deals. So yeah, that's the recipe. That's the secret sauce.
Yep.
So yeah, if you have this deal, let's get together, Roy, and let's go over in detail on one-on-one.
Okay, good, very good.
Okay, any other
And
questions?
Roy, I'm looking for a deal, so I'd like to talk to Roy as well.
Perfect. Okay, so that's awesome. And
Me too.
Who said
I'm
that?
looking for a good deal.
So it's Joanne and who else?
Yeah.
great. So that's the importance of joining these events, coming in person, because we have a great pool of capital partners in deal makers, brain power, knowledge, experience. I mean, it's extremely powerful. I mean, there's no deal that we could not take on. I mean, I'm telling you that we can make it successful. There's nothing that we cannot take on. We've got everything. We've got all the pieces of the puzzle when we work together. That's the key.
Sounds good.
So are there any other questions, guys? So on Tuesday, we're gonna do like, let's call these like deal pitch. So let's say, Roy, be ready to prepare all the numbers, everything about your deal. And then we're gonna get the partners on Tuesday for sure.
All right,
Okay.
very good.
So make sure all the numbers, and then we can help you, beautify your numbers, or not the numbers, but your all the information that you put together to request funding. Okay.
Okay, so who were the people that just spoke up? Joanne was one. Who was the first person?
Michelle.
Michelle.
Joanne. Okay. All right, very good.
Perfect. So let's put this together no later than Tuesday. Okay, Roy? And the key is execution. Okay, execution. We've got to take action. Do it. There's no waiting around. That's what I like about Sixto, right? Boy, can he execute. My wife, Frida, oh my goodness, boy, can they execute. And obviously we execute, we make a lot of mistakes, but we get better and better and better and better. And that's what success is all about. Success is about learning and becoming better and better and better. So it's going to come to a point that you sort of feel more comfortable, although you will never know everything, okay, guys? But it's okay. We're going to learn through the process, and the key for the deal makers is to get hands-on experience. That's the key. I want to stay away from technology, from training, hands-on experience. Let's do deals together. Let's do lots of deals together. That's the key. Awesome. So are there any further questions? So if no further questions, guys, yeah, I'll see you all on Tuesday, and please connect, reach out to the members, okay? We have the JV partnership sheet where we have people on the left and on the right, capital partners, and then experience or time people connect with each other. That's so critical. We are in the people's business. Don't forget about that. People's business. We get amazing deals, not because we know so much about real estate, it's because we have people's skills. That's it. That's what it boils down to. We know how to relate to other people, negotiate, and most importantly, understand the other party's interest. We want to understand what they need, how we can provide a solution to them. Okay, and then magic happens. Okay, so I will see you all on Tuesday. I'm gonna go upstairs and network with the group. We have a lot of people upstairs. So I'll network for a little bit, and then I'll see you all on Tuesday.
Thanks, Hugo.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest.
Thank you.
See you Tuesday. Thank you. Bye bye.